Everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto. Hope you had a great day. So let's give you some news. Been thinking about a lot of stuff, had a lot of different things to sift through, but here's what I've got so far. Bitcoin whales are dumping. And I don't necessarily mean dumping everything, but they're dumping. And that's going to have an impact, a negative impact on pricing for a little while to come. So we'll get into that. While they're dumping, Ethereum whales are diving to the tune of hundreds of millions into SHIB. So that's interesting. Meanwhile, DOGE, I think we're going to see 10-cent DOGE. If it keeps going the way it's going, we could see lower than that. So that's a big deal because I don't know if it can come back. So we'll dive into that conversation. The European Commission has voted down a ban on proof of work crypto mining, which would directly affect Bitcoin. So right now, but we don't know if that's going to come again later. There's a new NFT marketplace, and it's not on the network that you would think. People are betting on a newcomer, Magic Eden, to go up against the big boy, OpenSea, and Sequoia Capital is one of the people betting, one of the companies betting on it. 1Password, this is interesting to me because it'll be interesting to anybody that has multiple wallets. 1Password is getting into the crypto space. They want to bring security to your wallet keys. So that's interesting to me. All right. So let's dive in. So first, let's talk about how the whales, how Bitcoin whales are dumping. Yesterday, I reported that Russian oligarchs are using Dubai and other parts of the UAE to buy real estate, and they're buying it both in cash and in crypto. So what they're doing is they're flipping, in some cases, they're just using straight up crypto. In other cases, they're flipping crypto to fiat. Well, when you flip to crypto, that's going to wind up dispersing whatever crypto you have, most likely Bitcoin, into other wallets. And that's what we're seeing right now, where you have a lot of whales. Sounds like it correlates, right? Have a lot of whales dumping Bitcoin. That means that there's going to be more Bitcoin in the marketplace, and it's going to, instead of all these positive things that are going to drive Bitcoin up, it's going to have an effect and keep pushing it down a little bit. And I don't necessarily mean keep pushing it lower in price necessarily, but definitely stopping it from achieving higher goals right now. I do think it'll be a temporary effect because at some point, like I keep saying, that macro event, that stupid war that Russia's brought against Ukraine, could wind up hitting a point where everything stabilizes and it goes away one way or another. It's got to end at some point, right? And then you'll start to see the crypto market really pick up as soon as they see stability in that space, or they see the world reacting in a way that what's going on there doesn't affect every place else. Like, are you going to miraculously, change how much wheat is, or find where 30% of the wheat is produced in Ukraine? You're going to find that someplace else? Don't know. That's the world's wheat. And as well as a big chunk of world's wheat actually does come out of Russia. Are you going to find a replacement source for all of that wheat? Don't know. But it's things like that, those precious elements that you need to move forward. If the world was to do something like that, especially in the energy space, like, will the European Union reconsider nuclear power given advances in technology and all that stuff? Don't know. Is it going to adopt renewable resources that would give Russia less power over them? That's possible. But you're talking about things that we should have done a long time ago, right? Oil is a finite resource. That's the whole point of renewable energy. So if we were leveraging renewable energy more than just a bit, then we wouldn't be having the problems that we have right now. So that's why renewable energy is where to go, not necessarily talking about some stupid pipeline in the United States that everybody wants to fire up that would have zero effect because it's another delivery mechanism. It's not actually new oil on the market. And this is where, thinking has to come in. But still, that's going to have a downward effect on Bitcoin. Again, while Bitcoin whales are dumping, Ethereum whales are going nuts over Shiba Inu. And I mean to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. And they've been, I've been seeing this in the news for a while, that they're just diving into SHIB. And it's, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, but they're really diving in the SHIB. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at that and I'm just going, wow, what do they know that I don't know? Or are they thinking the same thing? You've got SHIB doing things in the metaverse. You've got SHIB doing things with NFTs. You've got SHIB doing things with gaming. You've got SHIB burning coin, getting more serious about burning coin to help drive prices up. So there's a lot that's going on in the SHIB universe, not to mention a really strong community. So when I look at that, I'm just wondering, wow, that's a lot going on. Those are not the actions of a meme coin. Talking about meme coins, Doge. Like I said, Doge, man, Doge is driving me nuts, right? I mean, yeah, we invested in Doge early on, made some money off of Doge, but I'm looking at Doge and I'm thinking, yeah, it's down at 10 cents. It's down at 10 cents, and that's down hard. I mean, it's not down at 10 cents now. I think it's still at 11 cents. We'll dive in a minute, but it's in the 11 cent range. For a while, it had been, holding a little bit strong at, in the 13, 14 cent range, and it's just been steadily going down, just steadily going down, down, down. I mean, at one point, it was at 11.1 cents. 11.1 cents. You're a hair away from the 10-cent range. And I'm just sitting here and I'm going, Elon Musk came out and he said, well, I'm holding Bitcoin, I'm holding Ethereum, and I'm holding Doge. I'm never going to sell. Great. You have somebody like Elon Musk that's talking about your coin and it still doesn't do anything to buoy the value. Those Elon, pumps don't seem to be working the way they used to. So that's something to really think about. The news about how Tesla is going to be, you're going to be able to buy a Tesla vehicle soon, probably, maybe, I've been teasing that for a while. The code, they say the code is there. I don't know. Even if that was to hit, what, Tesla and Elon are the only big companies that are really, messing around with Doge? While SHIB and other coins are actually building out utility, building out usefulness. I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Good news for Bitcoin for right now, or it's a proof of work coin, and the European Commission has said, you know what, we're not going to allow a ban on proof of work coins or proof of work mining, which would have hurt Bitcoin in a major fashion. It doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future, but it's not happening right now. So that's a positive thing, a very positive thing. Looking at other news, OpenSea is the big boy in the NFT space. I don't care what anybody says. They've got 43% of the market, at least 43% of the market. You've seen a lot of NFT marketplaces come and go. Some of them even better in terms of the tool that it is. It's got a better, interface. It's more efficient. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter. OpenSea is the big boy on the space. Others have come along. Some have done well, and some have come and gone. Well, Magic Eden is the next one that's coming, and Sequoia Capital is betting that Magic Eden can eat into some of that market share that OpenSea is currently enjoying. There are three ways it can go, right? It can just crash and burn, most likely not. And there's take market share away from the smaller fish that are there, which will be a natural first step before it starts eating into OpenSea. Now, mind you, OpenSea is on the Ethereum network with a portion of it actually running on Polygon as a layer 2. Well, Solana has already been proven that it can handle more throughput. So doing NFTs on a Solana platform is faster, cheaper. And guess what? Magic Eden is on Solana. So that's big news for Magic Eden, and it's also big news for Solana. So I'm expecting Solana to make noise as well. in a major fashion. I keep talking about how Cardano is growing their TVL, where Solana is doing their thing too. There are a couple of coins out there that we really should be paying attention to, and Solana's one of them. It really, really is. And if you're into, we're doing NFTs, and if you're into NFTs, start looking at those marketplaces. Start looking at the costs of creating an NFT, and is it really good? We're doing things on Matic right now because I just love Matic. I think it's fast, it's efficient, it's easy to market, and that's where we're playing right now. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to test things out over on Solana, because we definitely will. So we'll keep you posted on how that works out. Something else that interests me, I keep telling you guys that I've got many wallets. I have many wallets. So not only do I have exchanges, that means you don't have your own keys, right? An exchange is holding your crypto for you. That's why you don't have a wallet. Really, you don't have keys. Well, I've got those, and I have many wallets. And for those many wallets, I've got to manage all of those keys. That's a lot of work. Well, 1Password is getting into the security space, and they're saying, hey, we're going to give you a secure way to store your wallet keys. So I haven't played with them yet. I just heard about this today. So I am going to get into it, because I've got a lot of passwords I have to remember. I don't repeat passwords. So there's a lot that I have to remember. There's a lot that I have to store. I store them in different places, lock and key, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that if I can find something that's going to help me manage that in a more efficient way, that's going to be interesting to me. That's going to be very, very, very interesting to me. So I am gonna take a dive and look into that. But you know what? Let's get to the numbers, because I want to see what's going on in this space. Because there is a coin that's making a move to the upside, and it still has, even over the past couple of days, it still has a 10% potential to jump from where it is right now. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So let's get into it. So first, let's take a look at winners and losers. Winners and losers, we're seeing that, obviously losers are not doing, as poorly as we thought, but we're still bouncing within range. So at any point in time right now, you're going to see winners beating losers, losers beating winners. All that means that there are ups and downs that you can actually win. And I'm going to show you one today. Right. So let's just take a look at, who's on the list that, would be interesting to me right now on the loser side. And PancakeSwap is down 2%. That means it's down nothing. Like I said, I have that rule that, if it's only if it's within 5%, it hasn't moved to me. 5% is nothing in my book, with regard to crypto. In stocks, it would be something to me. In options, it would be something to me. In cryptos, not so much. I want to see 10% or more in terms of movement. Yeah, there's nothing on this side that's really getting me going over here. But on this side, where are you? Because you were just here. Maybe it dropped off the list. Let me see. There it is. Bam, Terra Luna. $94, and it's up 5.78%. Now again, I keep saying 5% is nothing to me, but it was in the 80s a little while ago, and now it's at 94. And a little while ago, it was greater than 104. What's 10% of 94? $9.40. That's 103 and change. It's got a 10% potential from right here. So if I'm looking at a coin to invest in, I'm looking at Terra Luna, because it's going to go up again. It's going to go above 100. I told you before it would go above 100, and it did. It did. So when you think about, it was all the way down at 80, 81. It was even lower than that at some point. Let's just say 80, and it went to 100. That's a 25% gain. Then it came back down a little bit. This is where it's at. It's still greater than 10% that it would have to jump to reach the high that it reached a couple of days ago. 104, really? This is where I'm looking. Look at that. Now it's up at 6%. This is what I'm looking at. It's opportunities like these in projects that I believe in, that I can look at it and go, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. Absolutely. That's just me, right? Because, I'm crazy like that. But it's all good. It happens. So let's refresh the fear and greed index. We seem to be in extreme fear territory because we're at 21. See that? This is how you can tell. At 25, you're in the fear territory. Right now, we're in the extreme fear territory. Again, when you get into the extreme fear territory, you can bounce around in there. You can even go a little bit lower. But at some point, just like here, it's going to go up. Just like here, it's going to go up. Just like here, it's going to go up. So the chances are we're going to bounce right here. And this is why I keep saying we have the opportunity to rise again. And I think it would be a strong pop. I think it's going to wind up being a very strong pop when it happens. So that's still interesting to me. Again, here's Bitcoin. It'll pop up on the screen, but here's Bitcoin. But look at this. It's still bouncing within a range. This is back here is when it was, when it was hitting like 42 or something like that. Just before that, it was hitting 45, and then it came back, and it's basically moving sideways. It's in a straight line. Little blip here, that's nothing, right? It's still operating within that range. So a little bit more good news, maybe some stabilization in what's going on with that macro event. And I keep using that term, macro event, because some of the news that I bring you or some of the insights that I bring you are at a micro level, specific to it, specific to a coin or, a coin category or something like that. But that macro event is going to affect things on a much larger scale, macro versus micro. And, when that macro event goes away, that's when I think we're going to see major pop, major pop. So the cryptocurrencies, on a bigger board and a bigger display, and just wait for the screen to update. I thought it did update. I haven't been to this page in a little while, but you have BTC at 39,000, hasn't busted through 40 in a little while. You have ETH down at the 2,500 mark. Again, things are on sale. Solana at $80. Are you kidding me? That's a sale price. That is a serious sale price. No, I'm not looking at DOT, just not. Terra Luna, yes, I'm looking at Terra Luna. Look at that. Right now, up 5.82%, basically 6%. Okay, that's a mover. But it's still off of the high of a few days ago, which was 104. Again, there's a reason why I'd be looking to get in on that. Don't sleep on some of these things. Don't sleep on, BNB. Don't sleep on, Cardano. People are, beefing about Cardano, but Cardano is going to explode soon. Why? Because their total value lock, their TVL, I'm expecting that to just blast off. It's been blasting off. It's been averaging almost 70 million. What is it? 70 million a month. It's been upticking at a clip of 70 million a month. Do the math. 70 million a month, 10 months. Just think about how that would be. And things don't grow in a straight line, right? It's not always going to be 70 million. I think eventually you're going to start to see 100 million months. Cardano's a very strong platform. Very strong product. That's what's interesting to me. All right. So just to, if you just want to look at the numbers, let's just take a look at at our favorites. Again, Bitcoin doing what it's doing, Ethereum on sale right now. Something that I want to remind you of is when one coin takes a dip, is there another coin that's rising that you can use to buy in on another coin? Because maybe you're holding one versus the other, or maybe a coin that's taken a dip is one that you want to buy because normally it's moving faster and beyond other coins. And then you can take that to buy those other coins at a discount. So do the math on your moves. Don't just necessarily I'm just going to go buy this coin. Do a little bit of math, save yourself some time, maybe even save yourself some money and get more value for the money that you're spending, for the fiat you're spending on crypto. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope the news has brought you some more things to think about and can help you get to your decision making. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop some notes. Drop a couple of comments. Ask me questions. I'd be happy to do the research. Be very happy to do the research. And definitely hit the notification bell to see get notified the next time I drop a video. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.